This is afternoon. So it's safe to say good afternoon, right? So this is our agreement before I start, that you engage with me. Because beyond the engagement, I'm trying to walk you through a journey that when I mastered, took me away from the place of asking for urgent 2K naira to now being able to do giveaway of 2K dollars. Don't blow my head. Don't. If you can listen to me very well, you would go from a place of scarcity to a place of surplus, not just in terms of your finances, but also in the quality of relationships that you are able to nurture over time. This is a principle that not many know. But what I'm going to say is what everybody knows. Not everybody practices the principle, but I can bet that you are aware of the principle. And what is it? How to nurture the right environment that would assure business success as well as your network development. I would ask you a question quickly. How much control do you really have over your success? Um, there's a picture I put up there, a picture of two plants. Thank you. The very first picture was taken with my phone. I took it in my mom's house. Now, she loves plants so much. And that particular plant can grow in water and it can grow in the soil. How many of you have seen the plants before? Or you have seen something similar? If you put it in water, it will grow. If you put it in soil, it will grow. Now, pay close attention and you would see that the one in the soil grew larger, right? And the one in water grew greener. Am I right? That goes to tell you that your environment can either affect you positively or affect you negatively. Now, I'll talk about the people, the places, and the beliefs that affects your success. Now, let me take you on a very, very brief journey, starting from your physical environment. How does your room look like? Many of you right now, you get to your room, probably not well arranged. Probably where you read. I know this is student environment. So you have classes every day. You're probably very occupied. You don't have so much time to focus on keeping your space clean. But can I tell you that there is no success that is born out of dirt? Can I tell you that there is no success that is born out of a poorly arranged environment? So I have it here. Research has shown that the physical space we occupy affects positively or negatively our success. Imagine trying to brainstorm in a poorly lit environment. Imagine trying to brainstorm in a place that is noisy. How many of you can read in noise? Lift your hands. How many of you cannot read in noise? Can you see the difference? It goes to tell you that the environment you are in can either support or cause a decline to your ambitions or to the realization of your ambitions. According to a book, it says, I'm sure many of you have either heard of the writer Robert Kiyosaki. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Have you heard that before? Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So what that means is, if you can take little steps daily that will push you towards success, you can be sure that over time, your success is undeniable. You can be sure that over time, your success will definitely be achieved. Now, what are those things I did that changed my game completely? My sister is here. Shout out to you, praise. I mean, she can attest to it. So, in my house, sadly, we don't live together. But in my place, you see pictures around of what I want to do. Before I got that house, I had pictures around of that house. Car, pictures around. If you open my laptop right now, you will see I am so happy and grateful now that I have $10 million by December 2024. Do I have it right now? No. That's the sad truth. But I wrote it down there in January, hoping that I will get it. I didn't get it. But carefully nurtured my environment to support my ambitions. What steps are you taking today? For some of you, it might be for you to go and prepare a vision board. After now, you can do it on Canva. I'm not promoting any of those softwares, but these are softwares that would help you to achieve your goals. If you prepare a proper vision board, you see it daily, it affects your mindset. So the physical space you're in. Now let's go to the next, which is the social environment, the people and their influence over you. Jim Rohn said you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. How many of you know Jim Rohn here? I listen to that dude every night before I sleep. At least in the last maybe 6 months, 7 months, no night has gone by without me listening to him. You're the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. I'm not telling you to change your environment by pushing your current circle away. No. Nothing is achieved in solitude. No great achievement is done in solitude. Now, how do you get into an environment of those with a greater belief system, with a more superior mindset? You don't push away your current environment, but you step into a better environment, and hopefully those with you or those who were with you would catch up. Let me bring it home. You have friends, and maybe they play ball so much, they party. I don't know if you party here, I don't know. But probably are very unserious. I'm not saying you should push them away. What I'm telling you is, try to step into the circle of those who are very serious. If those unserious do not come to the circle of those who are serious, it means they were never supposed to be with you. Does that make any sense? Are you learning something? Because if you can change your environment, you can change your beliefs. If you can change your environment, you can change what you see as norm. Before, I can't call figures, or I couldn't call figures around my friends because they probably feel inferior. By the way, I'm very young. I won't tell you my age, but I'm very young. And imagine calling some ridiculous numbers that you've done around those people, mediocrities. I'm not saying they are bad, but for their level of information and growth mentally, they couldn't sustain such level of achievements. And so I had to step into an environment of those whose achievements, whose normal days rather, were my dream days. And that pushed me towards success. You don't get there by begging for access. No, you get there by trying to offer a value. You've heard value too many times, and maybe the word is often overused. But can I tell you that value is in the littlest things? Value is in you helping me clean my shoes without me having to ask. Value is in you telling me I look so pretty today. Value is in the firm handshake instead of shaking like you're afraid. Value is in the little things. It's in writing down instead of trying to retain everything in your head. Value doesn't have to be you giving me $1 billion. I mean, if you give me, I'll receive it. But value is in the littlest things. So get into an environment of those with a superior belief system and add some value. Can we go to the next, please? Which is your mental environment. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes are deeply shaped by your surroundings, and these internal forces drive your actions and outcomes. How many of you have some task that you want to achieve and you're often afraid of even starting? Tell me, don't lie. Sometimes your excuses are, I don't have the money, right? And sometimes I don't know who to call, right? And maybe sometimes I don't have the strength, right? But what if I told you that none of us ever had the strength before we started? And what if I told you that none of us never had the money before we started? And what if I told you that none of us ever had anything before we started? Now, what this means is, if you can change your disposition towards any task and keep the mindset of how can I instead of I cannot, you can push yourself to success. From today, make a vow. In fact, you can start making the vow right now. Say, I would never say I cannot. Can we say it together? I would never say I cannot. I mean, for something positive. Come and kill. Say I cannot. Say I cannot. You will make $1 million this year before it ends. Say I can. Okay, say I cannot. Okay, thank you very much. And lastly, and I call it a day, practical steps to shape your environment for success. Number one, optimize your physical space. Say it with me, optimize your physical space. Optimize your physical space. Number two, limit, or rather, curate your social cycle. Carefully curate your social circle. Don't wait for it to happen suddenly. You have to carefully curate it. Number three, cultivate a growth-oriented mindset. Never accept naysayers into your space because they won't push you to the place of success. Number four, limit negative external forces. For some of you, you might need to delete Instagram. For some of you, you might need to delete Twitter if it's too toxic for you. For some of you, you might need to get into a WhatsApp group of those who are high achievers. But you need to what? Limit negative external influences. Sometimes it might even be you not telling your father about your dream because he will say you can't do it. If you don't want them to say you can't do it, then don't tell them about it in the first place. Does that make any sense, please? These are the little things that assure your success. Sometimes we focus on the big things and we forget that those big things are just little things put together as one. In conclusion, what changes can you make today to shape your environment for success? Thank you very much for listening, and feel free to contact me at any point. I'll be happy to respond. I'm David Achom.